Yeah. Okay. All right. Welcome to the Town of Rensselaerville Planning Board meeting for tonight, September 5th. The agenda for tonight's meeting is to approve the minutes from August 15th, the Batesville's land annexation, and then administrative items. We're going to enter an executive session and then adjourn the meeting. So we have the meeting minutes from the August 15th meeting. There's just one modification that I found, which was after the Reinhardt land annexation, we just have to strike the last sentence for that, which was application to be referred to the Albany County. That's not required for this one, for the land annexation. Do any other members of the board have other updates?
For correction for the minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says action, Amanda Burton. Didn't you miss me?
And Dorothea.
Wow.
And we'll add Dorothea to it. Sorry about that.
Amanda, you can make those changes to the one.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor to approve the minutes with those changes reflected?
I'll make a motion.
A motion by Brad,
Second.
second by Dominic. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain,
Opposed?
Carol.
Carol abstains and Dorothea abstains as well. Approved. All right. All right, so welcome back. We received your updates. There were a few members of the board that weren't here the last time. If you wouldn't mind just giving an overview of what the project is again?
Yeah, so I recently bought my uncle's house from him, and his garage, his standing garage, was found when we surveyed the land and everything to be on my aunt's property, which aligns with it. So we're hoping to just adjust the line so that way their garage can be on his and my property and off of hers.
And the board, we have the mapping here. It shows the existing boundary lines and the new boundary line. We'll go through the mapping in a minute, but I just want to let everybody know that we did receive the application fee of $50, the site visit consent form, the land annexation plan and application, which we can go through right now, the proof of the paid taxes we have, as well as the proof of the recorded deed. I just want to confirm this is exempt from seeker because of the land annexation, correct?
Yeah, just put on the record that it's type 2 exempt from further review.
Okay. So the applicant information, it's Kira Bachels, and they've listed their address there. They've listed the physical address of the original lot and the tax map number. And that the purpose of this land annexation is to adjoin that garage to the property and the home. Any questions on the land annexation form from the board? If not, we can go through the mappings that are here. So I have our list of the criteria. So any board members stop me if they don't see these items included. So the name of the owners of all adjoining property owners and disclosed by the most recent municipal tax records. Any questions on naming conventions of the adjoining property owners?
No.
The only thing I want to revisit maybe is adding the name of the owner to the
Right.
acreage, to the property that is missing. I mean, it says in the notes and on the side, but just making that clear. The tax map sheet block, which, why do I always, oh, sorry, Andrew. I always have a hard time finding this.
So
We have the tax map number.
So for the other stuff's right under the owner name, it looks like it's missing too.
well, that's the fault that SBL numbers, so we get that one and that one.
Is that enough sufficient for that?
Yeah, that's good for the SBL.
Okay, so that's under the notes for folks. The tax parcel numbers to over there. All right, location and boundaries of the proposed subdivision or land annexation. So we do have the existing boundary notated, the new boundary, and then all other boundaries from what I can see. All right, contour lines with intervals of 20 feet. Do you have those? Proposed layouts of lots, including the approximate dimensions.
And just back to the line there, the boundary line, the new boundary line, is that 21.1 the feet from the boundary line to the garage?
Yeah.
Could be.
So, probably.
Shouldn't it be more? Shouldn't it be 50?
30.
30?
Is that the setback requirement?
I just make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be an issue because that just means this person has to occupy the property.
Okay,
So it doesn't really impact us.
that's fine. I was just curious.
Because we don't see that all the time.
No.
Only finding further.
So what thing are we in here? Agricultural, rural, residential,
Yes, ARR.
Oh, you got it there? What page is that there, chief?
37.
Non-residential use?
50 feet.
I think it's 50, right?
Yeah, it's talking about the setback.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the boundary line.
Yeah, because it looks like the garage is within the setback.
Correct.
So that would need to be 50, correct?
Based upon what I'm
Yeah.
seeing in this code. But-
Not residential.
Let me check, just make sure this is subject to it.
Is this, what is that in?
ARR.
We have to check. If that's free. Somebody hands.
Yeah.
Right.
So the town code's definition of setback, distance measured between the road right of way and the nearest point of a building, structure, or use. So it is measured to that garage. Just for clarity, because sometimes setbacks don't apply to these things, but here there's no distinction.
So it would need to be 50 feet.
That's what it looks like, unless there was any contrary determination.
Okay. So do you want to see on the map what we're talking about?
Yeah, it's not like a building lot next to the hill.
Yeah,
So it's not like anybody's gonna be building next to the garage.
so it's that spot right there. So that needs to be 50 feet from the next
I mean, it
boundary.
looks like it was already thin. Too.
Gosh, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'd have to ask the surveyor to make sure if that's what he means. And I would think he would know, but
And what is that, 21.1?
What is this?
that's what we're really not sure.
We think it's 21 feet.
Is this supposed to be the lot line?
That's what you,
Or, I mean,
they're existing.
the dot?
The old.
So,
Is it
Not
existing?
really 100%. I know what you're saying from here
Yeah.
to this line.
yeah,
Oh, wait a
because
I think
So-
that might be 50
when you-
feet.
when you talk to them, we're looking at this spot, the agricultural
So that
residential, so
should
it's in our
be-
zoning laws for this area. So it's.
Oh, see, it says
Does that
50
go
foot
down?
right there, right? So
Yeah.
you
All
would
the
think
way
you would
around.
know.
Yes, yes, that's actually a good point. It says minimum 50
It says
feet on-
50 feet right here, so I would think he would know that should be 50 feet.
It
I
looks
think
like,
Andrew's right.
based on the scale being 1 inch, that it is set back 50 feet.
Okay. So I don't, we just don't know what the
Dotted line
21.1 is.
set back 50 feet.
So I think if I'm hearing what the board is saying, that they would like probably some clarification and confirmation that that's
That's at least 50 feet.
at least 50 feet.
Okay.
But like what, normally on these sorts of maps, that'll be the 50 feet, like this dotted one that kind of goes around the whole thing evenly.
Mhm.
That's why I was saying, based on the scale, it looks like it's about a half inch. And the scale says 1 inch is 100 feet, so it looks like.
Oh, so you're saying that dotted line would be the
It's 50.
50?
This guy did whatever
That's
he
what I
wanted.
think might be the case.
Right,
So
right,
it didn't
And
have
right.
no boundary line.
That's true.
Didn't-
Yeah.
That didn't matter. That
Yeah.
was just now you want it to just be right with wrong.
Right.
Yeah, I think if you could just ask him for some confirmation on that.
I will, but I would
Yeah.
think he would know. He's been in business a long time and it says on the survey map 50 feet, so.
Well, yeah, it states.
That it should be.
It states it should be, but
Yeah.
just confirming that, I think, would be where the board would be more comfortable. But please, if anyone disagrees.
I mean, maybe the surveyor thought because it's already there,
right here,
it's
you have your
fine.
building setback line and it's in the line.
Right.
That building needs to be on this
Yeah,
side.
I gotta look at the whole map.
So the setback line is this
Is
perimeter
that, and it.
and it's at the front of the building, not the rear.
Okay.
Which
Right.
is whatever. mean,
I
it
think
should-
that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I know what you're saying, what it's saying, but I don't know why he would do something like that.
Oh, no, I concur 100%, but it just based upon this and this, just to make sure it's right for you instead of
Right.
having it be wrong, if he can just do some,
So what do you need, like a letter, a phone call, or?
this line needs to be on this side of the building with it to match his map with his, the way he has it
So
laid
that would
out.
be,
This, the new
moving
line
the
has to be
line.
shimmied.
So the
The
property.
dotted line
would
has to
have
be on the
come
outer
down.
part of the,
well, the
Yeah,
boundary
your
line.
boundary
needs to
line is
move.
gonna
Gonna
be
have to move.
30 something feet over.
and he knew this. So
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's probably gonna
that's what I don't
interfere
understand
with the
either.
driveway for diagonal and also.
Mm.
If you pull that boundary line out.
I can always get a little.
And this is already your
creative
survey?
with
Oh,
where-
that's his driveway too.
That's the strut for this.
So this whole
And if you want to
loop
straighten it,
is his driveway.
Their driveways meet at the end.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so regardless, it's shared.
yeah.
It's a shared driveway there. Yep.
Oh, where it all kind of.
Yeah, yeah, they just meet at the.
Yeah, it's like an intersection. They meet there.
Yeah, but your surveyor ought to be able to fix it. I mean, it's obviously his mistake.
Well,
Maybe.
yeah,
I think we need to find out what the deal is with that,
Yeah.
because if we look at it right now, you can't approve something when there's that issue of something in the essentially
many
do not
questionables.
build zone.
Yeah.
The board, because if the board did that, it would be taking the power of the building inspector and saying that's compliant condition when kind of shows it's not. That's the position we're in.
Right, and then you have somebody else is only 10 feet from the border, and then you have somebody else who's only 5 feet from the border.
Right. That's the
It's a
issue.
can of worms.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense why you would do that.
Yeah.
Because he knew,
Ask
he knew
him.
the.
He's voted right in it, nice and simply, that it was
Yeah,
50
call him
foot
and
front, side and rear,
Right.
kind of runs to the zoning.
yeah, call him and ask.
But you said, I don't understand the building setback line. And it's
Yeah,
right
it's
through
in
the
a-
garage.
That's what he said.
I was looking at it because I think. this
Yeah.
came up-
Now, is that the old map maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because there was an old The older,
No, it's 50.
yeah, oh, you do have the old one.
No, these are the new ones. that
Oh,
just
do
came.
you have the old one?
Let me check. I
It just puts us in a
don't know
lot.
if we checked that.
Yeah.
Well, and it protects you
No, I think I
in a
gave that
way.
back.
Right, exactly.
Because
Last
if,
meeting.
say, we didn't even look at that and approved it, someone could say, that's not a valid land annexation because of
Right.
that non-conformity.
Right.
Not saying that would happen, but then
They could.
someone's
I would
coming
rather
back
show
and saying you
it
didn't
with me.
properly do
Right, we
this.
might as well do it
and
right the
subject
first
to-
time.
I think
I
we gave you
agree.
it back the last meeting.
Okay.
I don't have
Okay.
that.
What is that?
All right, so again, I'll call him and verify all this, but what does he need to do? Like call somebody or
He-
make another map?
I think we need some sort of, if it's staying as it is, I
Mhm.
think the board needs some written correspondence from him clarifying this.
Okay,
And if it is, as the board believes, an issue, it needs to be fixed in some way.
And so fixing it would be moving that.
It would
the
be
dotted line,
probably,
you're saying, you think?
it would probably be like bumping that out a bit.
Okay,
So
Yeah, the
essentially-
dotted line has to end up at the rear of the building.
Yeah.
Instead of the front.
yeah.
At the
It just
farthest
doesn't make
point
sense,
there.
but yeah, okay.
So it would be expanding this lot.
This lot by 30
feet or
feet-ish
something. Yeah, whatever
to
he
give yourself-
deems.
to give you that 50-foot.
Because it's only in that little area.
So I guess it would also be a
Right,
discussion with
exactly.
Dina too, since you'll be taking.
She's fine with whatever.
Okay.
Bring her
That's
along.
30 feet or something.
And they said it's a hill anyway, so it's
Yeah,
not,
it's
you're
like
not really
straight
getting
up.
into anything great, it's just
Yeah.
like Andrew.
We're fortunate it is her we're
Yes,
dealing
of
with, you
course.
know,
Nice and
so
simple.
in the future, we do want to make sure it is right, yeah,
Because if you ever
absolutely.
want to sell it,
Right,
this would be an issue.
absolutely,
So,
that's why I'm baffled.
And it's kind of unfortunate. We're not, even if the board wanted to approve it, I would
Right.
say you can't. So they're not trying to jam you
Right,
off, but
no,
it's
no.
just
yeah.
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, I'm just appalled that he's not me with this map, that's all.
No, it's okay.
Thinking we're all good, and we're not.
But if he can fix it,
Okay.
by the next meeting or whatever, you know, it should be a smooth process from there. Um,
You just wanna make sure it's right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No,
Just nice
absolutely.
and-
But we went through everything else on the
We just don't want to do guesswork.
Just to.
Let's just make
before we
sure.
Make sure before we send them.
I mean,
out.
personally, I would just like to have the name of
You'd have to
Kira
review the
added
whole
here
map anyways,
too.
'cause
Okay,
just in this lot.
you
I
could
mean, obviously
potentially
it's
drop
her
this
map,
decimal
but
to the next one.
just so it's
you want it
kind
in
in
the
that.
map.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
all right, so location of identified existing streets and significant natural features. So we see Saybrook Valley Road, we see County Route 403, which,
Oh, it's a
no.
two-county route.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's Saybrook
okay,
Valley,
okay,
County
so
Road 403 is up
that's right
here.
there,
Yep.
okay. And then we have the stone wall I saw over here in a spring,
Mhm.
some other natural features.
And you're good with the driveway?
Just
I mean,
all-
it's shared, you
Yeah.
really can't do anything other, you know, you can't do anything
And that's an
else.
existing shared driveway, right? Is
Yeah.
it all documented and all?
She's the one that came second, so she'd have the problem, I would say. He had his driveway first.
We have the deed over here, I don't know if we have that part.
Hers was fully surveyed too, right?
Yeah, she's fully surveyed, but I don't know by whom.
It's already, I mean, the fact is, it's already existing.
Mhm, That's what I mean. I just don't want that to be a
So,
problem next time,
Well,
you
I
know what I'm
think that's
saying?
what he's getting at, like, if you're already living there and everything's
Yeah.
kosher and you're just looking to, I
Because,
don't know,
yeah,
figure
And
it out
it's
now
just
is
that
probably
they-
the best time,
I
just to be
see.
safe.
Yeah. No, they're
In
good.
case they have to adjust
Yeah.
the map or anything like
They're
that.
good.
if it was being proposed for the first time, we might
Be
have
questionable.
more leeway to get
Okay.
into it, but it's already there.
But it won't be an issue next time then.
It's
Okay.
not an issue now.
That's
Which is a
good,
thing.
okay. We don't want it to be an issue.
All right, so we have the location of identified existing streets and natural features, permanent building structures and utilities. So we have the house, the well, cabin, shed, septic, the garage,
Yep.
the infamous garage.
Yes.
Um,
Well,
Okay. We have a description of the proposed street layout. Description of the building types and approximate locations, so we have, yep. And the zoning districts, which we had. Anything else from the board on the mapping besides adding the owner's name to this lot and
Make sure it's 50 feet
the
from the.
setback? Yeah.
You want the septic on the map?
I think we decided not to.
Just because if they're going back, it's just a few keystrokes for the guy.
Right,
I think we had done that
And
for a while.
if not, it's
We
fine.
usually do the well.
Okay.
as
The well, that's it, okay.
Sounds good.
And then if it's a piece of property we've asked for the perk.
Because we're not doing a subdivision.
True.
In that
Right.
case, we probably
True.
would.
Yeah.
But here, everything's existing. We're just
Yeah.
scooching that thing down.
Just out of curiosity, why is this border here look like it's on the central line of the road?
Where?
The left
Yes.
side, Saber Valley Road?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a town road, normally you get up to that middle point. I think that, was it a private road at one point?
Not that I'm aware of, not in my lifetime.
I think that's pretty standard. But that's already existing.
That's part of
I'm fine with
the current map.
Yeah.
mapping of the property.
All right, so nothing else from the board?
so when Jake built the garage, he didn't know where the boundaries were?
He had a good feeling it was on the girl's property, which is his sister's. And, my Aunt Mary Lou worked for a law firm at the time. And she said, Jake, don't worry about it. There's no problem. Put your garage where you want. So he did. But they never had it surveyed or done properly and put it
Oh,
onto
so
his
that's
deeds.
that's why you're probably
And
doing
we
that.
didn't know until she bought it, had it surveyed. We didn't know this story.
Yeah, we
know?
found out the
And
hard
we're like,
way.
wait, the garage isn't on the property.
Right,
What's
but
up
Jake
with
kind of
that?
knew that.
They had a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the girl said, it's yours, don't worry
about
about that. So,
Yeah.
Aunt Lou working for the law firm, he's thinking, that's okay. She's got me, she
Yeah.
must have fixed it, so there was nothing more said.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
And,
Okay.
thank goodness
So now
it was
you-
picked up after, thank goodness he bought the property.
Yeah.
From the aunts and my mom. Because if Joe Schmo from Idaho, they would be like, I got a garage, thank you. Yeah,
Right.
so,
Huh.
so we're fortunate.
Yeah.
That it worked out the way it did, so.
Yeah.
Any little bump we make is okay.
Right.
Just a little bump now.
All right, well, yeah, I think that's all for today that we can, as far as we can go today.
Okay.
Do we want them to print the Mylars for the next one or hold off until we know it's right?
I think it might be better to hold off and then you can just submit them at any time after we do the
Okay.
final.
Yeah,
All right.
Just
is
to-
he included at this time, just because I'm guessing there's probably like an incurred cost on that one, so until we know it's good,
Right. No, I
don't have them
agree.
print it.
Don't finalize it
Yeah.
until it's final.
And like you said, there's no rush. I know it's things.
Correct, yeah. You're not far away. You can go.
So good, congratulations on your.
Some more
Thank you.
You're making big taxes.
Yeah.
and all that.
They're not good, they're not
All the
good at
good stuff.
holding them.
Yeah,
He's
they're
still, he's
alive.
still living there. She's not living there.
How's
She's been
he
working
doing?
on your-
Is he okay?
He climbs a lot.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I saw that, reading up that day.
Oh, yeah, you've seen those.
Yeah. You know, I was.
Yeah, sometimes they will, but.
Good days, bad days.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. But you can see it in the eyes. Yeah.
Well, that's, you can take this back if you want.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep, no problem.
All right, so cool. Maybe get you another map.
Yeah, our next
Okay.
meeting is September 19th. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so we would just need it by that 13th. But, yep, so
Okay.
September 19th.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very much,
Have a nice
everybody.
day.
I appreciate it. Good night.
Good night.
All right, so our next item on the agenda is executive session where we will enter into in the other room. So
So we'll just do that motion to enter executive session for matters relating to the employment of an individual.
I'll accept a motion to enter into executive session for matters of employment.
Make a motion.
Motion by Laura,
A second.
second by Dorothea. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.